On today's Retro Spot, we're having a look at the Kenner, The Adventures of Batman and Robin. We're looking at Ra's al Ghul. Ra's al Ghul comes with a strike, shooter, and combat sword. And this Ra's is being depicted from the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul when he was wearing this devil mask, horned mask of his. The packaging features Batman and Robin silhouette up the top corner. The interesting thing about this particular figure is what I always found funny is there's very little of this figure being attached to the package. You'll see that there's just basically a small clamshell mount glued to this card. Stealing this figure, I would imagine back in the day, was probably not that hard. It's maybe ironic, the fact that this particular figure was a horrible peg warmer. This figure sat and sat and sat, and I remember going into Kmart and Zellers, and even years later, they still had these figures sitting around, and they just couldn't get rid of them. I guess no kid really was all that interested in this particular figure. Poor Ra's al Ghul. On the back of the package, it says place either weapon in figure's hands, load strike shooter as shown, press firing button to fire. Place mask over figure's face as shown up here though. Collect all these exciting Batman figures and vehicles. We've got Paraglide Batman, oh here we go. We've got Rocket Pack Batman, Radar Scope Batman, Bola Trap Robin, Tornado Batman. By the way, this top row represents every single figure that Spot would avoid like the plague. Although I think the Rocket Pack Batman is just a repaint of the, I think it was a Turbo Pack Batman, and that was a figure I would have actually gotten. And then we've got Mech Wing Batman, Lightning Strike Batman, Cyber Gear Batman, Bane, okay, now we've got something normal, Glider Robin, and then we've got Piranha Blade Bat, oh geez, let's zoom in. Let's have a look at this. Piranha Blade Batman, Sea Claw Batman, Stealth Wing Batman, the very crucial camouflaged Crime Squad Bat Cycle. Down below we've got Air Assault Batman, Ski Blast Robin, the Triple Attack Jet, Torpedo Batman, and finally Land Strike Batman. Why? Did they ever sell? What child would ever buy them? I guess some children would. 1995, folks. Welcome to 1995. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bit of a break on this retro spot. I'm going to get this opened up, and we're going to have a better look at Ra's al Ghul with some stuff. There's more to come in this retro spot, guys. Stay tuned. Now, before we actually have a look at the accessories, let's have a look at Ra's, because we'll probably just add the accessories onto Ra's as we go along. We'll zoom into his face, and all things considered, it's not a bad face of Ra's al Ghul. This also isn't the first, well, this is the first time we got a Ra's al Ghul in a figure form for the animated series. It wasn't the last, though. We also did get a cloaked Ra's al Ghul that came in, I think, a Gotham 5-pack. I can't for the life of me remember the name of it, but I believe it also came with Talia. I do have the figure, and when I do find it, I'll definitely do a review for you guys. And you know what? I'll do a comparison so you guys can see as well. This isn't my favorite look of Ra's al Ghul, sporting this yellow and green armor that he's got going on there. I mean, it's nicely detailed, but when I think of Ra's al Ghul, I don't necessarily think of him with this armor. Ra's al Ghul's articulation is that he has a swivel in the head. Unfortunately, the sides of the collar kind of get in the way, however. It does have a rotation in the arms, and also a bend in the legs. So your standard fare of articulation. Of the accessories that Ra's come with, he comes with a sword. Just a basic silver sword. We can take that, we'll clip that into his hand, and you know what, we'll dress up Ra's. We'll get him all dressed up for school. Put the sword in his hand. He does also, you know what, he also does have his mask. And I think the mask is kind of neat. I like the look of the mask. We'll put that on his head too. Like so. It doesn't sit on very well because it's kind of a rubbery mask. And then finally, he does come with a, whoops, he comes with something that Spot just dropped. There it is right there. Take the cat hair off. Spot's got to clean up the floor. Rosalita, I don't know what you've been doing, but there's cat fur all over my floor. He does also come with a missile. You just press the button on the back, and he fires off the missile. At some point, we have to know that there's going to be these figures coming with missiles. That seems to be a given. You can put the missile launcher in his hand, and just like that, he is ready for school. A lot of this is really nonsense. If I was to display the figure, I would not have him displayed with any of this stuff. Maybe the sword, and the fact that I have the other Ra's al Ghul with the cloak. Maybe I would keep the helmet on. And just to demonstrate again, the missile. There it goes. Quite large as well. I would imagine getting hit in the face, this probably might hurt a bit. So some caution. Don't be firing these around. Don't fire them at your sister. She wouldn't enjoy it, and I'm pretty sure you wouldn't enjoy it when your parents found out. But there you go, guys. There you go. Not a bad figure. Not my favorite Ra's al Ghul by any stretch of the imagination. But being that he was the first Ra's, yeah, you got to appreciate him. Even though he was a poor peg warmer. Poor guy. You know what, we'll take the mask off. There you go. Ra's al Ghul, I'm going to give this particular Ra's, I'm going to give him only a 4.5. Really low, I know, but really not my favorite look for the character. They could have done a lot better, but I can understand the market. They wanted to gear this more towards kids, so they probably gave him the more decked out armor as opposed to the, who wants the boring cloak? Come on, kids want, all the bling. And Kenner brought the bling. Today's Retro Spot, we're having a look at the Batman and Robin animated series, Ra's al Ghul. Let me know down below what you think of this particular figure. Maybe you had this figure, or maybe in your travels in your local stores, you saw this guy sitting, nobody wanting to buy him. Poor guy. But thanks for watching, guys. See you guys later. Bye now.